starts now.
The Kings open up a 4-game homestand tonight, and they come in hot, riding a 5-game winning streak and in 3rd place in the West. Good evening and welcome to Final Quarter. I'm Chris Tavares. Sacramento's hosting a Thunder team that's streaking as well. Winners of 4 straight and just 1 game under 500. Domas Sabonis, he's back in the starting lineup after missing the Lakers win with a bug that's been going around the locker room. A rough start for Sac. De'Aaron Fox turns it over, turns into a run out for OKC. Josh Giddey with the layup to jump out to an early 9-point lead. He finishes with 15 tonight. Fox makes up for it on the other end, though. The big dunk with authority. The Kings end the first quarter on a 10-2 run to take a 1-point lead into the second. The Thunder shoot lights out in the second half, though, knocking down 12 triples in the first half, that is. Lou Dort puts the Thunder up 5 with the 3. He finishes with 15 before fouling out, but Malik Monk trying to keep the Kings in it. The bucket and the foul. It's a 3-point game after the free throw, but OKC grabs control of this one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits the 3 before the break. It's a 7-point OKC lead at the half. Sacramento battles back in the third quarter, though. Harrison Barnes, that 3 puts Sacramento up 67-66. He has 11 points tonight. All 5 Kings starters in double digits. After OKC grabs the lead, Kevin Huerter ties it up with a triple. He goes for 14 to knot it up at 72. Then Keegan Murray driving baseline. How about that dunk? Makes it 76 all. A huge game for Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder, though. The dunk late in the game, he has a game-high 37 points. In the fourth quarter now, it's a 1-point game. Sabonis down in the post, 18 points, 13 rebounds, and 14 assists. His 5th triple-double of the season and his 21st straight double-double. Then Murray completely takes over. The rookie hits 3 straight threes. He has his 2nd straight double-double with a team-high 29 points and 14 rebounds. That 9-0 run gives Sacramento some breathing room, and they need it. Thunder get within 3 points late, but Fox puts it away with that little bunny. He finishes with 25 as the Kings win at 118-113, their 6th straight win. Now, for more from the Golden One Center, we now go live to our Kirsten Keller. And Kirsten, this was a career night for Murray, leading the way for Sac both in points and on the glass.
That's exactly right, Chris. Keegan Murray had an incredible night, one that even head coach Mike Brown was gushing for after the game. He set a career high, like you said, in points and rebounds as this game came down to the final minutes, and the Kings extending their win streak to 6 and are now 8 games over 500.
Shoot, you look at Keegan. I ain't gonna lie, Keegan surprised me tonight. He been driving to the rim and getting this stuff blocked a lot. And for him to decide to drive to the rim and show that he's strong enough, he's long enough, he's athletic enough, and he's had enough of me calling him out and go dunk the ball. He had a couple of moves that I'm very impressed with.
I just told him, be aggressive. I was only gone 1 game. Don't forget about us. Want to have the ball. Come and find me. I'm going to get you open shots, Then they started, he made a couple. They started pressuring him, and then he showed he has more to his game. The more comfy he gets and plays his game, he's going to be big for us.
My teammates are always have the most confidence in me, my abilities, and Domas especially just harping on me that I always do the right thing, and I know that he knows I'm a really good player, and just him telling me that every single day helps me a lot.
I feel like that 7-game win streak at the beginning of the year we needed. We start off 0-4. 7 games really put us back into the mix. Hopefully this 6th game trying to get some separation. Obviously we're all together here, and that really from what I think it's 10 through 3 where we're sitting at, there's only a couple games that separate us, so we need all these, especially at home.
All right, now Sean Cunningham joins our Kirsten Keller at the Golden One Center. Sean, I'll start out with you. You heard Kevin Huerter just now talking about it. 6 straight wins, but he said this one means more than that 7-game win streak earlier.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't catch anybody by surprise, including us. Now you almost come to expect it when you've won 7 straight and you're sitting here collecting equity against these teams with losing records. Historically, Chris, these are games that the Kings don't get like you're supposed to and protect the home floor. You have to go back 0-2-0-3, the last time the Kings had 2 winning streaks of 6 games or more. They won 59 games that year, Kristen.
About Keegan Murray, just how impressive was his performance? A career night for the rookie.
completely impressive. Everybody was nonstop talking about him after the game. And even Coach Mike Brown added, he said, he even went up to him and he kept hitting him on the arm. And he said, come on, Keegan, do your dance. And Keegan joked. He said, I got a little shimmy in me. And so everybody is just so proud to see how much Keegan has evolved. He even mentioned, he said 11 rebounds, which is something they've been asking of the rookie early on this season. So for it to now finally come at this time and finally to click, Coach Brown just talked about how this is the right time that it needs to at this point in the
And
season.
Kirsten, I'm glad you say that too, because guys, we're talking about Mike Brown charging Keegan Murray with the task of rebounding, right? Yeah. He answers the call. He wants him to dunk on people, to use his strength, his athleticism in the paint and do that. He did that tonight. He's done it several times in this season already. Maybe not enough to his coach's liking, but as Keegan said to us, Chris, just a couple weeks ago, it's like, he's given me the task of rebounding. Once I do that, he's just going to harp on something else. I just love the fact that him and Sabonis just have this connection. You see, last night in the first double-double for him, Sabonis isn't a part of it. He's out with that illness. Tonight, it's a little bit different. He has to play a different role, and both super impactful, consecutive double-double, and and both equaling Kings wins. Fantastic.
Sean and Kirsten, you're both talking about those rebounds with Murray. He had 0 rebounds in that loss to the Kings. Consequently, that was the last loss for the Kings before they went for that loss to the Lakers, rather. That was the last loss for the Kings before they went on the 6-game winning streak. He's just been tearing it up, cleaning up the glass all day. And you mentioned Sabonis as well, Sean. A triple-double, 21 straight double-doubles. That guy just he's a machine out there.
Yeah, when you're in the conversation of someone like Chris Webber and what he means to this organization, his jersey hanging right over there above our heads, you're in good company. And, you know, in Sacramento era, there's only one guy that has more than Domantas Sabonis and Chris Webber in a season, and that's Rajon Rondo, who has just one more, 6. And then you look at somebody like Oscar Robertson in franchise history, talking about 41. So Sabonis can enjoy that. He's not going to get to Big O territory, but he's certainly leaving his mark here in Sacramento, and he hasn't even been here a year yet.
Right, and to add to that, what I loved about Chris after the press conference is when Domantas is joking around with just the media, and he's saying, hey, I told Keegan, he's like, hey, don't forget about me. Like, I'll help you, and I'll help get you the shots that you need. So you really love that the connection is really starting to show on the court and off of the floor as well.
Awesome, Sean, Kirsten, thank you so much. Now, the Kings play the second game of a back-to-back tomorrow, hosting the 76ers. They beat Portland last night, 105-95. They're riding a 4-game winning streak. They're tied with the Bucks for the second-best record in the East at 29-16. Other action in the NBA. The Warriors are playing the second game of a back-to-back in Cleveland today, resting Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins. Steve Kerr advocating for a 72-game season in his pregame press conference. Jordan Poole picking up the slack for the Warriors, game-high 32 points, but the Cavs battle back. They make it a game. Karis LeVert from deep to cut it to a 5-point contest. He finishes with 22 points, but with just over 90 seconds left, Ty Jerome, that 3 stretches the lead back to 7. He adds 22 as the Warriors hold on to win it 120-114. Other action around the state of California. The Lakers hosting the Grizzlies. They snap Memphis's 11-game winning streak with a 122-121 win. Memphis is here in Sacramento after that 76ers game. And the Clippers, they hand San Antonio their 6th loss in the past 7 games, 131-126. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're checking in on the 49ers and NFL divisional weekend. Stick around. Welcome back to Final Quarter. The 49ers are hoping to buck some recent history as they get set to take on the Cowboys in the divisional round of the playoffs on Sunday. Dating back to 2009, there have been 4 teams that entered the playoffs on a win streak of at least 10 games or more. And all 4 teams, the Chargers back in 2009, the Broncos in 2012, Kansas City in 2015, and the Ravens in 2019, all lost in this round of the playoffs. But Kyle Shanahan's trying to stop that trend from continuing by reminding his team that they've got bigger goals in front of them than just a double-digit win streak.
We won a lot of games in a row and done some good things, and I think it's easy to look over things, but that's your goal isn't just to win those games. Your goal is to be the last team standing, and you got to get better each week at that. And sometimes human nature, when you've won so many games in a row, people stop looking at how to get better. They think they've arrived, and you need to show them on the tape, and you need to speak it, because players aren't always seeing it that way. They watch their assignment, what they're doing, but they don't always see the big picture, and it's our job to show them what they need to do to carry out their job at the highest level. And I want every single person to play to the top of their ability, and nobody's perfect, so I'm always striving to get guys to play better.
The action kicks off tomorrow at 1:30 with the Jags in Kansas City. Then in the NFC, it's the Giants and Eagles right here on Fox 40. On Sunday, the Bengals and Bills start the day at noon, and then it's that game we've been talking about all week, the Cowboys in San Francisco at 3:30 right here on Fox 40. Going to check in on the Australian Open really quickly. Jensen Brooksby and Katie Volynets, two tennis players with area ties here in Sacramento. Brooksby, a Sacramento native, they both lose in the third round of the Australian Open. That's going to do it for us here on Final Quarter. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.